Aerial view of Lagos under the afternoon sun. The third mainland bridge stretching over the sparkling lagoon. Cars rush, horns blare, and the hot, humid air hums with the city's restless energy. On third mainland bridge, 28-year-old Amara Obi, dark-skinned with braided hair, stands in a green maternity gown. Her 8-month belly shows, tears in her eyes, wind flaps her dress, traffic rushing behind her. Close-up of Amara Obi clutching her swollen belly, sweat glistening on her dark skin. Tears streak her face as she whispers to her unborn child. Lagoon waters glittering below. Amara's smartphone glows, showing shocking headlines. Crown Lux loses $10 million, her husband arrested. Her reflection reveals pain and disbelief. On Amara's phone, Chike Obi, 32, dark-skinned, medium build, stands cuffed, head bowed. Police push him to the van, his eyes full of sorrow and shame. Back on the bridge, Amara clutches her belly, gripping the railing. Wind whips her gown, golden sunlight on her tearful face, whispering hopelessly. A low-angle shot shows Amara lifting one foot, ready to step into the lagoon. The busy Lagos bridge and sparkling water make the moment feel frozen and tense. A mysterious 50-year-old man, Baba-tunned, thin and dark-skinned with an unkempt beard, in worn coat and dusty trousers, watches Amara intently with sharp, steady eyes. Close-up of Baba-tunned's weathered face, wrinkles lit by sun. His wise dark eyes steady, lips parting as he speaks calmly. "Don't do it. I can help you." On the bridge, Amara trembles with one foot lifted, frozen in despair. Nearby, Baba-tunned stands firm. As cars blur past and the lagoon shimmers, hope confronting despair. In a crowded Lagos hospital, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned with braided hair, clutches her 8-month belly in a faded gown. Around her, weary patients wait anxiously as nurses rush through the corridor. Months earlier, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned with braided hair, stands proud in an emerald silk dress. In her Crown Lux office of glass and skyscraper views, her desk shines with designer cosmetics, power in her stance. In her Crown Lux office, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned with braided hair, 8 months pregnant in a green blazer, stands frozen as the news plays. 5 young employees whisper anxiously, fear in their eyes. On the office TV, a broadcast flashes. Chike Obi, 32, dark-skinned, medium build, in a wrinkled shirt, led by 2 officers in blue. His sorrowful face contrasts the bold headline, CEO's husband arrested, Crown Lux in crisis. In her office, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned with braided hair, 8 months pregnant, trembles holding a crystal perfume bottle, eyes red with tears, her desk scattered with bills and a forgotten gold bracelet, her life collapsing. Late at night inside her mansion bedroom, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned with braided hair, visibly pregnant, sits on the edge of a king-sized bed. Her silk nightgown glimmers faintly as tears shine on her cheeks. In the corner, a white crib waits quietly, bathed in soft moonlight slipping through sheer curtains, a symbol of hope yet untouched. The silence feels heavy, her heart torn between despair and the fragile promise of tomorrow. In a warm flashback, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned with braided hair, slim and carefree, sits at a lively outdoor Lagos cafe, not yet showing signs of pregnancy. She laughs brightly, her light summer dress flowing in the afternoon breeze. Beside her sits Chike Obi, 32, dark-skinned, medium build, in a crisp button-up shirt, smiling with quiet pride. The golden sun glows across their happy faces, capturing a fleeting moment of love and peace. Inside the dim prison waiting area, Chike Obi, 32, dark-skinned with short black hair, sits in an orange Nigerian prison uniform. His medium build slouches under the weight of regret, his tired eyes staring downward. Behind him, a silent guard, 40, tall and dark-skinned in a navy uniform, stands watch. The room feels heavy with silence, every detail echoing choices that cannot be undone. In the prison visiting room, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned with braided hair, 8 months pregnant in a plain cotton gown, sits across a metal table. Opposite her, Chike Obi, 32, dark-skinned in his orange prison uniform, leans forward, eyes pleading for forgiveness. Amara's lips tremble as she avoids his gaze, the silence between them filled with heartbreak and unspoken words. In a modest Lagos living room, Amara's mother, 55, dark-skinned with a round face, sits firmly on a wooden chair. She wears a bright Ankara gown with a patterned head wrap, her cane resting close by. Family photos line the walls, lace curtains soften the space. Her expression is stern yet protective, embodying strength and resilience as she guards her daughter's fragile world. Flashback to a dusty Lagos street, where young Amara Obi, 10 years old, dark-skinned with braided hair, walks barefoot in a faded blue school uniform. Tin roof houses rise around her, the air heavy with struggle, yet her determined face shines with resilience. Each step marking the strength of a child who refuses to surrender to hardship or lose sight of her dreams. Inside her mansion, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned with braided hair, heavily pregnant in a plain cotton dress, carefully packs jewelry and designer handbags into plain brown boxes. Sunlight streams through silk curtains, casting a soft glow on her face. Each item tucked away reflects the collapse of luxury, the fading of wealth, and the heavy truth she can no longer escape. On a crowded Lagos street, Baba Tund, 50, dark-skinned and thin with an unkempt beard, limps forward in his torn brown coat and dusty trousers. Vendors shout over roasted corn. Children run barefoot kicking a ball, life moving fast around him. Yet his steady eyes carry untold wisdom, hidden beneath the struggles etched deep into his worn face and fragile steps. Close-up of Baba Tund, 50, dark-skinned with an unkempt beard, as his cracked sandals sink into a muddy puddle. In his rough hands, he clutches a small wooden cross dangling from a string. His weary eyes, heavy with decades of hardship, speak of battles fought in silence, yet a quiet strength glimmers, unshaken by poverty's weight. At a noisy Lagos market, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned, braided hair, and visibly pregnant, walks silently in a faded dress. Around her, women vendors in bright Ankara gowns shout prices, their voices filling the air. Men hurry past with baskets of fruit, while barefoot children laugh and chase each other. Amid the chaos, Amara's silence feels heavier than the noise itself. On a dusty Lagos street, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned, braided hair, and 8 months pregnant, stands before a weary young vendor of 18. His torn t-shirt clings with sweat as he hands her a small loaf of bread. Amara's trembling hand offers her last crumpled Naira note. In that fragile moment, hunger, pride, and sacrifice collide, marking the depth of her silent struggle. In a dimly lit room, Amara Obi, 28, dark-skinned, braided hair, and heavy with child, stands before a cracked mirror. The fractured glass splits her reflection into broken fragments, mirroring her shattered world. Wearing a plain cotton dress, she places both hands on her swollen belly, her eyes heavy with grief, yet clinging to the faintest spark of hope for the life she carries within. Under the weak glow of a flickering street lamp, Baba Tund, 50, dark-skinned and weary, sits quietly on a broken wooden bench. His torn coat clings to his thin frame, the night air heavy with silence. His sharp, tired eyes follow Amara as she walks alone in the distance, her figure fragile in the shadows, while his gaze carries both mystery and a quiet, watchful strength. Down a lonely Lagos street, Amara walks slowly, her green gown brushing the ground, her 8-month pregnancy heavy against the silence of night. The streetlights flicker, throwing her pale, hopeless face into shadow. Each step echoes her despair, her long shadow stretching before her like a haunting reminder of dreams lost, as if the city itself turns away from her broken spirit. On the third mainland bridge, under the ghostly moonlight, Amara clings to the railing, her pregnant belly rising and falling with broken breaths. Her gown whips in the restless wind as despair pulls her toward the shimmering lagoon below. From the shadows, Baba Tund steps forward, his frail frame steady, his piercing eyes fixed on her, carrying a presence that feels like fate itself. At 21, Amara sat on a worn wooden bench outside her Lagos University, her cream blouse and navy skirt simple but neat. Around her, other students laughed in brighter clothes, but Amara's gaze burned with determination. The cracked walls and fading paint behind her could not hide her resolve. In her heart, she carried dreams bigger than poverty, bigger than the limits placed before her. Amara clutched her worn textbooks tightly as she walked past shiny luxury cars parked at the university gate. Laughter echoed from wealthy students in designer clothes snapping selfies, their carefree world far removed from hers. Her modest cream blouse and navy skirt told another story, one of struggle, sacrifice, and quiet resilience. In the divide between rich and poor, Amara walked with unshaken resolve. Under the shade of an old Lagos tree, Chike Obi sat with weary eyes and calloused hands, his faded gray shirt clinging to him like the weight of his struggles. Yet in his notepad, dreams came alive, sketches of business ideas written with stubborn hope. Around him, children played barefoot and traffic roared by, but Chike's gaze stayed fixed on the future he refused to surrender. On a weathered park bench, two worlds quietly met. Amara Obi, young and determined, leaned forward, her humble blouse brushing against second-hand books. Beside her, Chike Obi spoke with fire in his eyes, pointing at the notepad where fragile dreams lived. The sunset wrapped them both in gold, as if urging them to believe that even the smallest spark could light the path to a better tomorrow. In the heart of Victoria Island, power gleamed beneath the Lagos sun. Adora Johnson, draped in a striking red dress and gold jewelry, stood before the towering Crown Lux headquarters. Her smile carried the weight of privilege, her aura demanding attention. Around her, the city pulsed with urgency, business suits rushing by, luxury cars lined in rows, every detail declaring that wealth had written her destiny. The Lagos marketplace roared with color, noise, and heat. Vendors shouting prices, children weaving between stalls, fruits and fabrics bursting with life. In the middle of this chaos walked Amara Obi, her cream blouse and navy skirt marking her quiet simplicity, a basket of second-hand goods pressed against her side, her step steady, her eyes fixed. Amid dust and noise, determination carved her path through struggle. Through the crowded Lagos marketplace, Chike Obi pushed his heavy handcart, every step weighed by the burning sun. Sweat trickled down his face, his faded shirt clinging to his back. Around him, traders shouted, shoppers bargained, life moved fast. Yet Chike's eyes held a quiet fire, sacrifice and silent pride, a man working tirelessly not just for himself, but for Amara and the fragile dream they carried together. In their dim rented room, cracked walls closing in, Amara scribbled dreams into a worn notebook while Chike carefully counted the few naira left on the table. The single bulb flickered above them, shadows stretching across the tiny space. Poverty pressed hard, yet their bond glowed brighter than the light itself, two hearts clinging to hope, weaving courage into every breath they shared. High above Lagos, Adora Johnson sat in her glass-walled office, the skyline glittering like jewels behind her. Dressed in a striking red dress, gold catching the city's light, she typed with deliberate precision, a crystal glass resting in her hand. Every detail around her screamed wealth and control, while her sharp eyes hinted at plans unfolding far beyond the quiet hum of her laptop. Amara Obi stepped nervously through the towering glass doors of Crown Lux Cosmetics. Her modest blouse and skirt seemed out of place among polished marble floors and sleek desks where sharp-suited receptionists typed swiftly. Clutching her small folder tightly, her wide eyes reflected both awe and determination, a humble dreamer entering a world built for power and wealth. Amara Obi sat quietly in the waiting area of Crown Lux Cosmetics, her cream blouse and navy skirt a sharp contrast to the polished suits of other applicants. They flipped through CVs with confidence while sleek glass walls and buzzing phones heightened the pressure. She clutched her folder tightly, nerves clear on her face, a humble soul daring to dream in a world of giants. Outside Crown Lux Cosmetics, Chike Obi sat on a concrete step, his faded gray shirt and worn trousers marking his struggle. In his hands, he held Amara's handbag, waiting with anxious but loyal eyes. Around him, sleek luxury cars glided past on Victoria Island streets, a world of wealth and status that stood in sharp contrast to his quiet, humble presence and steadfast devotion. Adora Johnson swept through the Crown Lux lobby in her red designer dress and gold accents, her assistants following close behind. Employees straightened nervously, the air shifting with her commanding presence. From her seat, Amara clutched her folder tightly, her modest outfit and wide eyes revealing both awe and anxiety as she quietly watched the powerful woman stride past. Inside the interview room, Amara Obi sat straight across from two suited professionals, her cream blouse and navy skirt simple against the polished table and laptops before her. A folder of handwritten notes lay open, her hands steady as she answered with quiet confidence. Though her attire was humble, her calm voice carried a strength that demanded respect beyond appearances. Outside in the blazing Lagos sun, Chike Obi stood patiently, his faded shirt clinging with sweat and a small food bag in his hand. His worn trousers and tired face spoke of struggle, yet his eyes carried only loyalty and hope for Amara. Pedestrians passed by, some curious, but Chike remained steady, holding on to faith in his wife's chance at a brighter future beyond their hardship. Amara stepped out of the grand glass doors, her cream blouse and navy skirt carrying both relief and doubt. Chike rose at once, his worn clothes soaked with heat, offering her a small bag of food with a gentle smile that spoke louder than words. Amid the honking cars and bustling Lagos streets, their quiet exchange became a tender moment of love and resilience, shining against the chaos around them. That evening, inside their dimly lit rented room with cracked walls, Amara shared every detail of the interview, her eyes glowing with cautious hope. Chike, in his faded shirt, listened intently, nodding with quiet pride. The faint cries of street vendors drifted through the window, yet within these fragile walls, their humble space carried the warmth of love and unshaken belief in tomorrow. Inside the towering glass headquarters, Adora Johnson commanded the boardroom with effortless authority. Dressed in her elegant red dress and gold jewelry, she spoke with confidence as executives in suits listened closely. Sales figures glowed on digital screens behind her. Every gesture reflected wealth and power, a striking contrast to Amara's humble struggle earlier that same day. That Sunday, Amara Obi found herself inside a humble church, kneeling at a worn wooden pew, her hands clasped tightly in prayer, her face bathed in sunlight streaming through cracked stained glass windows. Around her, elderly women in bright Ankara dresses sang hymns with quiet devotion, their voices filling the air. In that moment, faith gave Amara the strength to keep believing. As dusk settled over Lagos, the streets pulsed with life. Chike Obi pushed his worn handcart through the crowded road, his faded shirt damp with sweat. Around him, vendors packed their stalls, children laughed in dusty alleys, and motorcycles weaved past in chaos. Though weary, his steady eyes glowed with determination, carrying not just goods but the weight of Amara's dreams and hope. Under the glow of Lagos neon lights, Amara Obi stood by a roadside kiosk, her cream blouse and navy skirt marked with the wear of the day. In her hand, she clutched a small notebook she had just bought, her face tired yet hopeful. Around her, vendors packed up their wares, motorcycles sped past, and car horns echoed in the distance, but her heart remained fixed on her dream. Beneath a dim street lamp, Chike Obi sat repairing his worn wooden handcart. His faded shirt clung to his tired frame, yet his hands worked with quiet resolve. Nearby, children laughed as they kicked an old soccer ball, their joy echoing through the night. Behind them, small Lagos shops glowed faintly, a gentle reminder of the life he fought so hard to sustain with dignity. In their dim rented room, Amara Obi bent over her new notebook, the soft glow of a kerosene lamp lighting her determined face. Her cream blouse and navy skirt spoke of humility, yet her spirit shone brighter than the flame. Beside her, Chike Obi watched proudly, his weary frame softened with love. Outside, faint Lagos traffic hummed, echoing the quiet strength of their shared dream. Adora Johnson, draped in a flawless white suit and gold earrings, stepped gracefully from her luxury SUV before the Grand Hotel. Paparazzi lights flashed, capturing every move as she walked with unshaken confidence. The chandelier's glow and polished marble mirrored her privilege, her presence commanding admiration, yet whispering the distance between wealth and ordinary lives. Inside the Grand Hotel lobby, Amara Obi walks carefully with a tray of bottled water, her humble blouse and skirt marking her modest life. She pauses, her eyes catching Adora Johnson gliding past in elegance, surrounded by assistants. In that brief moment, two worlds collide, the quiet struggle of survival and the polished glow of wealth, each step revealing the distance between them. Behind the Grand Hotel, Chike Obi unloads heavy goods from a small delivery truck. His faded gray shirt clings with sweat, yet his hands work steadily, driven by duty and love. Around him, uniformed staff rush with trolleys, blending into the busy service world. While the hotel shines with luxury above, Chike's modest labor below tells a story of sacrifice and quiet resilience. In a modest community hall, Amara Obi sits among hopeful faces, her humble clothes blending with the crowd. Posters on the faded walls speak of empowerment and change. With her notebook open, she writes each word with focus, her eyes glowing with determination. Though the hall is simple, in Amara's heart, these lessons are seeds of courage, quietly preparing her for a brighter tomorrow. In a grand Lagos conference hall, Adora Johnson stands at the podium, exuding confidence and authority. Professionals in sharp business attire listen intently as she delivers her keynote speech. The Crown Lux logo gleams behind her, highlighting wealth and power. Her poised presence contrasts sharply with Amara's humble learning, showing two paths shaped by determination and opportunity. As the Lagos sun sets, Amara Obi and Chike Obi walk hand in hand along a dusty street. Small market stalls close for the evening, vendors packing up. Despite fatigue and worn clothes, their faces shine with determination and hope. Each step reflects their unbreakable bond and shared dream of a better future in the bustling city around them. Late at night, Amara Obi kneels beside her bed, hands clasped in quiet prayer, her humble clothing catching the soft glow of a dim lantern. Chike Obi sits nearby, hands folded, watching her with silent support. The small room's cracked walls and flickering light create a calm, spiritual atmosphere, reflecting their hope, faith, and resilience together. Amara Obi, 21, walks cautiously along a dim Lagos street at night, her braided hair and modest cream blouse visible under flickering streetlights. She clutches a small bag of documents on Kano Adeyemi, eyes wide with determination and anxiety. The humid air carries distant car horns, casting a tense, suspenseful atmosphere over the cracked pavement. Chike Obi, 32, dark-skinned, medium build, in a faded gray shirt and worn trousers, waits anxiously at a hidden corner nearby. His eyes scan the dim Lagos street as stalls close and stray cats slink around. Despite the tension, hope flickers in his expression. The humid night air, flickering streetlights, and quiet city noises heighten the suspense of this watchful moment. Baba Tund, 45, dark-skinned, thin, in a worn brown coat and dusty trousers, stands silently in the shadows of an abandoned warehouse near a Papa port. His eyes scan carefully, posture calm but alert. Broken windows let faint city lights filter through, casting eerie shadows. The night is tense yet safe, capturing a cinematic moment of quiet vigilance. Amara Obi, 21, Nigerian woman in a modest cream blouse and navy skirt, hides behind a large metal pillar inside the dusty warehouse. Her eyes fix on Kano Adeyemi, 34, dark-skinned, medium build, in an expensive suit, exchanging sealed envelopes with two men. Scattered crates and faint city lights through broken windows add tension, highlighting her cautious observation. Kano Adeyemi, 34, wealthy Nigerian man in a tailored suit, laughs casually while speaking to two men in plain dark suits. The envelopes in their hands suggest business deals. Amara Obi, 21, in a modest outfit, hides in the shadows, holding her smartphone to record discreetly. Dust motes float in the dim light, creating a tense cinematic atmosphere. Chike Obi, 32, Nigerian man in a faded gray shirt and worn trousers, waits tensely outside the warehouse entrance, holding a small bag of support items for Amara. Streetlights cast long, eerie shadows on the cracked pavement. His eyes dart nervously, reflecting worry and hope, building suspense without any violence, capturing the quiet tension of the moment. Amara Obi, 21, Nigerian woman in modest clothing, steps cautiously closer to the warehouse crates, smartphone ready to capture evidence. Her face shows determination mixed with fear. Kano Adeyemi, 34, wealthy and unaware, stands in the shadows. Broken windows cast shafts of light on the dusty floor, heightening suspense without any threat of harm. Baba Tund, 45, thin Nigerian man in a worn brown coat, signals silently from the shadows, guiding Amara Obi, 21, to remain hidden. His sharp, calm eyes reflect experience and control. Wooden crates and metal beams surround them in the abandoned warehouse, creating cinematic depth and tension while ensuring the scene remains safe and free of violence. Amara Obi, 21, humble Nigerian woman, records Kano Adeyemi, 34, wealthy, dark-skinned in a suit, discreetly handing envelopes to two men in plain suits. The air is still, distant city traffic hums softly. Amara's cautious yet determined posture highlights her intelligence and bravery, creating suspense without showing harm, keeping the scene safe and cinematic. The warehouse entrance opens. Faint silhouettes of law enforcement officers appear outside. Amara Obi, 21, hides behind a pillar, clutching documents and her smartphone. Baba Tund, 45, thin brown coat, signals her to stay calm. The scene brims with cinematic suspense, tension rises, yet no violence occurs, keeping the moment intense and safe. Amara Obi, 21, dark-skinned, braided hair, wearing a cream blouse and navy skirt, moves carefully behind a large crate in a quiet warehouse. Her focused face reflects anticipation. Dusty sunlight filters through broken windows, highlighting empty shelves and scattered crates. She holds her tablet, quietly documenting the unfolding business interactions with caution. Baba Tund, 45, thin, dark-skinned, in a brown coat and worn trousers, leans against a metal beam in the warehouse. His calm yet alert eyes scan the scene as he silently signals Amara Obi, 21, in modest attire, to stay composed. Light streams through broken windows, casting long shadows and heightening the cinematic suspense of the quiet warehouse. Kunal Adeyemi, 34, wealthy and dark-skinned, in a formal dark suit, discusses documents with two colleagues in plain suits. The table is strewn with papers as they exchange business information professionally. From a distance, Amara Obi, 21, dark-skinned, in humble attire, watches cautiously, taking notes on her tablet. Dusty warehouse floors and scattered crates create a tense cinematic atmosphere. Chike Obi, 32, dark-skinned, medium build, in a faded gray shirt and trousers, waits nervously outside the warehouse near the entrance. His face shows worry mixed with hope as he scans the area. Dim streetlights cast long shadows across the cracked pavement, while distant city traffic hums softly. Every detail emphasizes tension, anticipation, and his unwavering support for Amara inside. Amara Obi, 21, Nigerian woman in a modest cream blouse and navy skirt, moves carefully between stacked crates inside the warehouse. Her eyes reflect determination and intense focus. Dust floats in the air, and soft sunlight filters through cracks, highlighting the wooden and metal textures around her. Every step captures suspense and quiet bravery in the tense atmosphere. Baba Tund, 45, Nigerian man in a worn brown coat, steps closer to Amara Obi, 21, quietly signaling that the moment is near. His calm but authoritative posture commands attention. The abandoned warehouse looms around them, with scattered crates and dusty floors, creating a tense cinematic atmosphere filled with suspense yet free of danger or harm. Amara Obi, 21, in modest attire, carefully uses her tablet to record Kunal Adeyemi, 34, wealthy, dark-skinned, in a formal suit, exchanging business documents with colleagues. Her focused eyes reflect courage and sharp intelligence. Dusty warehouse floors and scattered crates surround them, creating a cinematic, tense atmosphere without any threat or violence. Kunal Adeyemi, 34, wealthy in a formal suit, adjusts documents on a metal table while discussing logistics with two colleagues in plain suits. Amara Obi, 21, in a modest blouse and skirt, hides behind a crate, quietly taking notes. Evening light filters through warehouse cracks, casting suspenseful shadows, heightening tension without any violence. Chike Obi, 32, medium build, dark-skinned, in a faded gray shirt, leans against a wall outside the warehouse, glancing nervously at the entrance. His posture mixes worry and hope. Soft streetlights illuminate him, while distant Lego sounds, honking cars, chatter, and faint music fill the night, creating a tense, realistic atmosphere. Amara Obi, 21, in humble attire, and Baba Tund, 45, thin with a brown coat, exchange a subtle nod inside the warehouse. Light streams through broken windows, highlighting their focused, determined expressions. Crates and scattered papers create cinematic depth, while the scene remains calm, safe, and full of silent anticipation. Amara Obi, 21, dark-skinned, braided hair, in a modest cream blouse and navy skirt, stands outside the Lagos courthouse with Chike Obi, 32, medium build, gray shirt and trousers. They hold hands tightly, faces glowing with relief and joy. The warm sun lights the bustling streets, cars passing by, while photographers capture their triumphant moment, celebrating love, resilience, and hope in the heart of Lagos. Chike Obi, 32, embraces Amara Obi, 21, tightly, both smiling through tears of joy. Her baby bump shows under her blouse. Passers-by in modern Lagos attire pause, touched by the heartwarming moment. City buildings and glowing streetlights frame the scene, highlighting love, hope, and new beginnings in the bustling heart of Lagos. Amara Obi, 21, arranges baby items in a cozy living room at Crown Luxe Beauty headquarters, her face glowing with anticipation. Chike Obi, 32, gently places a soft blanket on a chair. Sunlight streams through large windows, illuminating warm-tone decor, plants, and soft textures. Both smile, relaxed and happy, savoring these quiet, tender moments as they prepare to welcome their child into a loving home. The newborn baby, Ifeoma, a 1-month-old Nigerian girl wrapped in a soft pastel blanket, lies peacefully in a bassinet. Amara Obi, 21, gently holds her tiny hand, eyes full of love and awe. Chike Obi, 32, watches nearby, his face glowing with pride and tenderness. Sunlight pours through the window, casting a warm glow over the room, capturing the pure innocence, joy, and intimate beauty of this new family moment. Babatund, 45, thin and dark-skinned in a brown coat and casual trousers, watches quietly from a distance. Amara Obi, 21, and Chike Obi, 32, play joyfully with baby Ifeoma, 1-month-old, in their lush garden. Sunlight warms the flowers and greenery, while Babatund's face reflects calm satisfaction and pride, witnessing the happiness and love surrounding the young family. Amara Obi, 21, stands at her office window, gazing over the busy Lagos streets. Wearing a modest cream blouse and navy skirt, her expression is calm and determined. Crown Luxe Beauty's logo gleams on the building. Morning sunlight bathes the cityscape, highlighting the bustling streets below and reflecting hope, resilience, and a new chapter in her life. Chike Obi, 32, sits at a wooden desk in a casual gray shirt, reviewing business reports. Beside him, Amara Obi, 21, points at charts on a tablet. Their faces show collaboration and happiness. Warm office lighting, green plants, and framed family photos create a cozy atmosphere, reflecting teamwork, dedication, and the joy of building their future together. Amara Obi, 21, smiles as she hangs a framed photo of herself, Chike Obi, 32, and baby Ifeoma, 1 month, on their living room wall. Soft cushions, curtains, and colorful Nigerian-inspired decorations surround them. Chike stands nearby, proud and content, watching Amara carefully place the photo. The scene reflects love, family warmth, and cultural pride in their cozy home. Amara Obi, 21, and Chike Obi, 32, walk hand in hand along the Lagos riverside at sunset. Baby Ifeoma, 1 month, rests in a soft carrier on Amara's chest. The calm water reflects the golden light, and the city skyline glows warmly. Their peaceful expressions and gentle movements capture a cinematic moment of family love and serenity in the heart of Lagos. Amara Obi, 21, and Chike Obi, 32, sit on a cozy sofa with baby Ifeoma, 1 month. Amara whispers softly to the baby while Chike gently holds her hand. The warmly lit room, filled with Nigerian cultural touches, radiates love and comfort. A text overlay reads, "Trust, family, and perseverance are treasures that last forever," capturing a heartfelt moment of unity and hope.